Ladies and gentlemen, now join me in welcoming on stage Anas Bukhash. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, Anas, I know that you start by asking question, how do you really feel? But I think I'm in a position I need to express my current feeling. I'm nervous.
It's good. The best way to start being less nervous is by admitting it.
Really?
So by saying it out loud, you become less.
Okay, so before we begin, I know that he told me that the questions are not prepared for him, so he doesn't know anything. I have few questions in mind. The team put it all together. So let's start.
Okay.
You have a son, Bumaid.
By the way, I have no idea what the questions are, so I
Exactly.
prefer it this way. It's better.
I think this is what will make the conversation more interesting.
صح.
So, Bumaid, starting with Maid, yesterday I saw you posting him playing football. And you wrote, there is progress. Now, as a father, did you push him toward this, to go to football because you liked football? Or it's something natural?
No, I think it's very selfish if, as parents, we want our kids to do something just because we did it. So I don't live through my kids. I can give them the chance to do something I like, and if they like it, perfect. But if they don't like it and he wants to make pizzas, he can make pizzas. Whatever makes him happy and whatever he can enjoy in life, I think that's what he should focus on. And I think that's, in the end, every parent here or anywhere in the world, the main goal is they want their children to be happy, stable, healthy. So if that's the final goal, I would rather my kids do something they love and they're stable than something they're miserable but I like. That doesn't make any sense to me.
But I mean, because I know that football was, or to become a maybe professional football player was one of your dreams. So seeing him loving this sport, does it give you this pride? Maybe someday he will achieve what I didn't achieve?
Mine doesn't want to be a footballer.
Does it make him the favorite?
No. Yani Maya doesn't want to be a footballer. And yesterday, we were sitting in a cafe, me and Majid and Khalid. And Maya doesn't like football that much. So he goes, I enjoy going once a week to the training that I arranged. I'm like, okay. And he goes, he's also doing MMA. He's like, I really like MMA, but I don't think I'm going to take it seriously. But boxing pays you more. So then I stopped him. I said, that's the wrong reason. You don't do something because it pays more. Because at a certain stage, we don't need more. There is a certain amount of money. After it is just extras. To live a certain lifestyle, let's say in Dubai, you need a certain income to live a healthy, comfortable, clean life. Anything beyond that is a bit extra. It's not that necessary. So if you approach anything in life with the goal that I want to make money, you'll probably quit, because once it gets a bit difficult or it's not paying you the amount of money that you think you deserve, your incentive to do it goes. But if you do something because you truly enjoy it and you're good at it and you want to always do better, money will come. And that's generally my philosophy. So I told him, choose a sport or a field that you love, that you're actually good at, not you're delusional and you think you're good at, but you're actually good at, and money will come. That should be the approach, not the other way around.
Okay, this will lead me to a question which is here. Some students, or since we are in the university, and it's related to us as well, some students may choose a major or a path solely based on money. Agreed or disagree?
Dentists. Dentists. That's the first thing. There's this impression that dentistry makes you a lot of money, which it does, but it also has one of the highest depression rates. So when you start to look at these things, you have to consider everything, and we're pushed يعني in the end, our parents push us to what they know was very successful at their time. So if my father says you should be an architect or an engineer, it's because he knows it's a guaranteed thing. But why is he saying that? He's saying that because he knows that I want to guarantee that my son or my daughter do well in life. But now, today, you could be an editor, a video editor, and you can do well. Today, you can be a freelancer. Today, you can be an artist in the Gulf and make a lot of money. So nowadays, there are new fields. And now with AI, you're going to have new jobs. So what used to be that successful might still be successful. I think engineers are pretty cool and great. I'm an engineer, but it's not the only thing. So, yeah, I think to answer you, yes, a lot of people approach university degrees by what will make me stable or make me money. But what's the point if you really don't enjoy it and you don't do well and you're just going to work and you're waiting for the time to finish? That's not a good life.
Okay, I agree somewhat to the points you have said. And to continue the question, I will put it bluntly. Is a university degree important today?
That's a big question, and I'm sitting in a university. Look, and when I was in university, there was a nice balance. And I was in a university in Boston where they mixed between work experience and academic learning. So it was called the co-op program. So it was a quarter system, 4 quarters a year. In the beginning, you study 4, and then you do 3, 1. So 1, you go and find a job. So 1 quarter, you're doing a part-time job somewhere. And then you do 2 quarters working, 2 quarters learning. So by the time you graduate, you have work experience. But to come back to your main question, I think there are a lot of things you can learn. And you would not go and do surgery with a doctor who says, by the way, I never went to university, but I kind of tried things on people and I can try on you. I don't think you'd go to that doctor. So there are specific things, of course, you can only learn in a university. Do I believe that you need 4 years? I think in most majors, no. I think experience beats theoretical. So you need that balance between I will study and learn, but if I tell you, it's a simple example. If I tell you, you've never tried to ride a bicycle, and I tell you, go on YouTube and watch 100 videos of how to ride a bicycle. You can see every video on YouTube. You will not know how to ride a bicycle. You just know theories and the idea, you start this way, but until you do it, until your muscle memory learns it, until you fall 10 times, you will not know how to ride a bicycle. It doesn't matter how much you read about a bicycle. So I think university is the same. It's necessary to know certain things, but the more or bigger learning is life and experience. So I like when people work and they study at the same time and things, but I don't think you need 4 years in most degrees. I think you can compress it.
So if I come to you, going back to the bicycle example, if I come to you and tell you I have a certificate in riding a bicycle, please hire me as your, I don't know, delivery man.
Yeah.
Will you look at that certificate?
You're asking the wrong guy. I don't care about degrees at my job. Like when I get interviews, I look at different things. I look at experience. Where did they work? I look at also I tell the employees it's okay not to know. But it's not okay not to want to know. So I want you to come and you can say, Anas, I really don't know how to tie your shoe. Or tie my shoe. But I'll learn. Okay, learn. Anas, I don't know how to do a keynote. I know PowerPoint, but I don't know how to do keynote. Figure it out. It's okay not to know. But I like people who figure things out. And that's a very good characteristic that we need to always look for, is this resourcefulness. And I heard this in a workshop, and somebody asked the motivational speaker, if you were hiring, what's the first thing you would look at? And you could hear the crowd say, degrees, experience, attitude, all good things. His answer was resourcefulness. Because it's okay sometimes, you want somebody to solve things, to figure things out. And that's a great skill. I don't know, but let me figure it out. Let me check. And today you have the internet. You can literally learn how to play a guitar on your own. You don't have to go to an instructor. We have such a beautiful tool today. So when I hire, I think experience for me is very important. And like I said, certain jobs you have to do a degree. You have to. You will not utilize that if there's no degree.
Okay, now that's about the hiring part. What about firing people?
I don't have a problem firing people. There is a saying that you should hire slow and fire quick. And I agree to a good level that you take your time in hiring. Even if you want to make somebody do 12 interviews, let them do 12 interviews. And don't let them only interview the top people or the HR. Let them be interviewed by the people they will work with, whether less or the same level or higher. Let everybody interview them, because you can get a really good, skilled, high degree, very experienced person with the worst attitude. He doesn't like to work with anybody. He's so competent, he's super smart, but he comes, he's toxic, people don't like to work with him, nobody respects him. Now you have an issue. So when I let somebody do 8 interviews and 6 out of them say, man, he's really good, you don't miss this one, I think I have a better chance that I have somebody good. I might miss something in the interview. He might say or she might say something that I didn't catch. So, and I don't like to interview people for work because I always look at the human side and I'm like, yeah, they're really nice. But people are like, no, but they're not competent. So I like to get a lot of people and an assignment and all of that. And sometimes, it's the hardest thing in business. You can ask any of the business owners here, is to hire. It's really hard because you don't know. It's the honeymoon phase, when they come and they give you the best speech and everything is so nice. But you give them 2-3 months, and that's why you have probation periods. It helps you get to know somebody. But I don't think you should wait too long. So let's say in the probation period, and coming back to the firing, you know that this person doesn't have it. It's just not, I don't think you need more than 2-3 months, and you know.
So you look more into the personality of the person, the character.
I think attitude is so important. Really. Attitude is more important probably than most things that I mentioned, because if somebody has a good work ethic and a good attitude, you can work with them. They want to improve. They want to learn. But if somebody doesn't have that, and let's say he's very competent, but he doesn't want to work. Today he doesn't feel like it. Today he doesn't want to talk to anybody. He has a bad attitude. He doesn't want to work as a team. He doesn't want to listen to anybody. You have a big problem. And keeping incompetent employees is extremely toxic to your company, because the other employees are like, so this is the kind of company you have. When somebody's lazy, you keep them. When somebody's rude, you keep them. When somebody doesn't make 6 mistakes, he's fine. Okay, I will do that too. One bad apple starts to affect that. That's why you fire quick. You actually, business-wise, cannot afford to keep a bad apple. You think you can, you can't. It sets the culture, it sets the tone. I do think you have to cut off.
Well, your answer is inspiring 2 questions in my head. So I will go with the first question, which is doing mistakes and failing. Is it something that you tolerate among your team? Mistakes, failure, do it again, or one mistake, bye-bye?
No. You can fail. I think fail well. Don't fail badly. It's okay to fail. It's okay to learn. But of course, you don't want to. I think making the same mistake a few times is a problem. Making a mistake once and you learn, it's okay. You learn, and I learn, and we're a team. And I'm a sports person, so I like working in teams. And if my defender scored an own goal, we look to score 2 more goals to win the game. It's okay. It happens. He's human, I'm human. I could have been the guy that made an own goal. I would hope that somebody would carry me. So you can't just get rid of your teammates just because they made one mistake. I make mistakes. I hope that people support me when I make a mistake. But if I keep, that's saying, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So doing the same mistake after you already learned, that's a problem. But everybody makes mistakes. It's okay.
I see. Now, I like that you touch on the human side. And you have this slogan, discovering the human behind the titles in your Maybe Talks, the show. Why you want to discover the human side? Why you are so interested in the human side of people? And people are going out because they want to show a specific side of themselves. But no, you want to go around and you want to see the other side.
That's a great question. You should be an interviewer. To answer you, honestly, I really don't know where it came from, but I'll tell you why I like it. So maybe I was misjudged or somewhere back in my history or childhood, I don't know. So I don't know where it came from. I just know that every human being here has a story, and every person you judge, if you sit with them for a proper hour, you will judge them less. You will understand them more. When you know where they came from, how their childhood was, how was university, how was their parents, what's the toughest part, who died in their family. The more you know a human, the less you judge them. You're more empathetic. And I wanted, whether it's a celebrity or an athlete or a singer, that you're like, this person is so arrogant, this person is just thinking of his bling and his money, and he just shows off. Yeah, okay, he shows off. We all can see it online. But who is he? Why is he like this? Is he insecure? You know, did he come from, is it new money? He comes from a very poor background, so now he wants to show. And the more you talk to somebody, again, I want the world, and this is maybe a big statement, I hope not a cheesy one, but I do want us as human beings to have a bit more mercy on each other, to relax instead of saying, she's so disgusting. Why? Why did you just throw that sentence? Do you know where she comes from? You can't just lazily throw that sentence on somebody. Honestly, you have no right. We believe that God only judges exactly what's going through this person. So who am I to come and say this person is good or bad? How do I know? How do I know who they are? How do I know if I didn't live the way they exactly lived, I wouldn't be the same or worse? So I have no right to judge anybody. But we do it naturally as human beings. We do it. But I want to do it less. So if I can bring somebody and sit with them in an interview, and then I see in the comments, I used to like this person, now I love them. I used to hate this person, now I understand them. I know I'm doing my job. So I hope that answered you.
Okay, so let me take part of your answer, which is the don't judge part. Do you think that it is sometimes misused as a cover to do something maybe controversial or wrong or against the society? Then we use the don't judge me part to cover it?
It's another good question. Yeah, of course. I think it's impossible not to judge. And it's a very good point that you mentioned, because I can't do something so disrespectful and expect people just to understand. Anything that's affecting other people is a responsibility. So I can't go and say, I'm going to drive against the highway because today I'm feeling wild. That's putting people at risk. And then I say, don't judge me, I was feeling wild. No, I will judge you. You did something really stupid, you could have killed the family, you could have killed somebody. So it's a very good point. You will be judged on the decisions you do in your life, and especially the ones that affect other people. I was talking more about the human-centric thing, is to learn. When you learn what a person is, you might understand more, but the wrong is wrong, and the right is right. So somebody can say, I became a serial killer because I was abused when I was a child. It still doesn't make it right that you're killing people. You're a serial killer. You should be detained. You should have a court judge you. But now I understand, but still doesn't make it right. Do you see what I mean? I would sympathize, but it's still not right. الغلط غلط. So we don't need to go, that's a completely different topic. I'm not justifying wrongdoing, but I'm understanding where it comes from. And sometimes when you understand where it comes from, you can address things. So, you know, you have addicts, you have impulsive people, you have anger management. And if they understand why they are this, they can do hopefully steps to become more, I don't know, better people.
So we can, let's say, judge the actions, but not the people. If we put it in that way, it's better.
It's a nice way, yeah. There is a nice video I watched yesterday. And he said, you know that when we grow up, we hear so many people say, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. And that's such a wrong sentence. You should be ashamed of your wrongdoing. You should be ashamed that you were naughty. You should be ashamed that you disrespected your grandmother. But not yourself, who you are. You're a human. And to grow up with feeling shame or guilt is not healthy. But if I tell my son what you did, you should be ashamed of. Don't do that action again. But that action doesn't represent you. You're not that human. You could do well and you can do not. Good or bad. You choose. Just don't do the bad because that's shameful. But you can, next time, choose to do good. But if I make him feel as a human, he's an embarrassment, it's not helping. So if I, like you said, if I find somebody and I judge him as a bad human, I'm not helping him. He feels, okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm bad.
Anyway. Yeah. Okay, well, unfortunately the time is up, but I have one more question before moving maybe to the audience.
Yeah.
They have few questions.
Okay.
And I think I need to read the question. Honestly, Anas, how are you really doing?
So you didn't ask it, but somebody asked it. I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to Ramadan. It's a month where I think you go from gear 5 to gear 2, or 2 is here, or 1. So I'm really looking forward to staying in the country. I was traveling a lot for work. I want to be with my kids, with my family. I want to eat nice food. So I'm looking forward. I feel good, alhamdulillah. I think it's a good year, inshallah, for all of us. Yeah.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
I think we will move to a few questions from the audience. We have a question there.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام.
معك باسل أبو علو طالب بجامعة دبي. أنس بوخش اليوم مثال حي وحقيقي على شخصية بتصنع محتوى واعي بالإمارات العربية المتحدة. اليوم أنت لما الجمهور بيشوفك من خلال السكرين عم تعرض محتوى نوعا ما بوزيتيف إيجابي ومليان حيوية. وراء الكواليس شلون بتوصف جهودك لتوصل للمطرح اللي انت فيه؟ شلون بتوصف انه يعني الشيء اللي انت وصلت له كان صعب وبيستحق تضحية بوقتك واجتهاد منك؟
يعني بالملخص المفيد، خلف الكواليس شو ضحيت فيه عشان أقدم اللي تشوفونه على الأونلاين؟ هل السؤال صح ولا غلط؟ عشان سؤالك طويل الصراحة، يعني سأحاول ألخصه.
تمام. شو اللايف ديفيكولتيز ان ذا باك ستيج؟
نعم؟
لايف ديفيكولتيز اللي انت مثلا واجهتها باللايف ستيج، شلون مثلا انت تحديتها وقدرت مثلا تنتصر عليها لحتى توصل لهون؟
زين، بسألك سؤال، قلت لي اسمك؟ باسل. لا، ما آخر شيء صح؟
نعم.
أوكي باسل، أنا ما أعرف لو أنت حبيت قبل ولا ما حبيت، بس يوم تحب وحدة مو بتكسر الدنيا عشان توصل لها؟ عموما لو أنت أغرمت في وحدة وتبغى تتزوجها، تبغى تحبها، بتسوي أي شيء عشان توصل لها، صح؟ عشان تتقدم لها
بس
مثلا.
نعم.
فالنقطة اللي بقول لك، يوم إنسان يحب الشيء وايد وعنده الشغف تجاهه وايد، يتحمل وايد أشياء في سبيل إنجاز الشيء اللي هو في خاطره. فنفس الشيء الشغل والحياة. لو أنت مهووس بهواية معينة، ركوب الخيل، بتلقى باسل يقرأ عن ركوب الخيل، بتلقى باسل يشوف أفضل طريقة يتدرب فيها، بيدور أفضل خيل. اليوم ما أقدر أصرف وأحصل أفضل خيل، بيجمع فلوس عشان أحصل لي خيل أفضل، بدخل مسابقات. فعشان أجاوب بالملخص المفيد، أنا يوم أحط شيء في بالي، التحديات أستمتع فيها، هي جزء من الرحلة. ما أجلس أكون مشمئز وزعلان لا خلاص أوكي، يمكن أتنرفز وهالأشياء، ولكن عندي هدف واضح أبغى أوصل له. فيوم تحب الشيء تتحمل وايد. فهي خلف الكواليس أحس من أهم الأشياء أن يكون عندك هدف، أنك كل يوم تجتهد. أنا في مثل حلو، لو تتطور 1% كل يوم، بتتطور 100% في 100 يوم. ما تحتاج زيادة، 1% كل يوم. كل يوم سوي شيء، كل يوم سوي شيء، مش كثير، سوي شيء وبتلقى نفسك وصلت. فالانضباط وايد مهم، يعني هذا من أهم الأشياء. أنك في وايد ناس يمكن أمهر عني، أذكى عني، بس أنا عارف أن أنا منضبط جدا 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 جدا. لو حاط شيء في بالي كل يوم بشتغل عليه، وهذا يمكن من أهم الأشياء، أنك توصل للشيء اللي تبغاه.
شكرا باسل. We'll take two more questions. So where is the mic? تفضل.
I want to ask you, is it better to start working on your business before you graduate or after you graduate? Like if you have a business, is it
Yeah.
better to start before you finish the university or during the studies and the exams, you know, or after you graduate?
What's your name?
Muhammad.
Muhammad? What do you think?
It depends because like university is a responsibility also. Like if you want to like adapt or you want to balance between the university and the business, it's going to be hard step, you know?
Of course,
But-
but good things don't come easy. So to answer you, of course, if you can do both. Look, if you started doing mechanics from when you're 8 years old, and I started when I graduated university at 22, who has an advantage?
Me.
Exactly. So the more you can invest time that you can without compromising your responsibilities or your academics, your family, of course, without a doubt, every hour you're investing is giving you an advantage. That's why a footballer that started playing at 5 years old has a much better chance than somebody who's 16 and wants to start playing football. Same with everything in life. So if you can, 100%. But it's not easy. Good. Shouldn't be easy. You know, that's what gives you an advantage. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Going for the last question, maybe. Where's the mic?
Hello, my name is Judy, and thank you so much for coming, Anas. It's a small question, but a bit controversial. Knowing what you know now, what advice do you give your younger self?
It's not controversial, though.
Because it differs from one opinion to another, that's why.
What advice would I give my younger self?
Knowing what you know now.
Don't start your street fashion brand, because you won't continue. But again, you see, I'll tell you why I don't like this question. Because I'm afraid of the butterfly effect. That if I change one thing, I wouldn't be sitting here. You know what I mean? Like, I just said the street fashion thing, but I actually changed my mind because I tried it. It failed, if you want to call it failed. And I learned a lot. I learned what I don't want to do. maybe if I never did it, I will want to always think I want to do it. So I do think our failures are so important if we want to. I don't like calling them failures. Our learnings maybe are so important. So, and that's what makes me today sitting here with a certain thought and a certain way of thinking. Otherwise, you remove one part of me, I'm not the Anas that's in front of you today. So I wouldn't, I'll tell them enjoy life, do your best.
All right, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Well, thank you for having us,
Thank you.
Anas. It was a pleasure meeting you.